Hello, welcome back to another video. This video is different to my usual ones because I'm doing a bit of a room decorating video. You might have noticed, you probably might have saw it in my last video, I have a new space now. What used to be my bedroom slash art space is fully dedicated to just art now, so I kind of have a studio, I guess you would call it, although I feel a bit weird calling it my studio, it just sounds a bit too fancy. So this video is showing the whole process of decorating, and you're also kind of getting two makeovers for the price of one, because I also needed to decorate what is my current bedroom, because obviously what was my old bedroom is this space now, and then there was also another room, but I barely really showed that. So in order for this room makeover to happen, we needed to redecorate 3 rooms. I have filmed little snippets here and there of the process, and then I'll also at the end of the video do a little bit of a room tour if that's something anyone's interested in. In this space I have currently 2 desks. I have like an art desk and a shop desk. For anyone new here, I run my Etsy shop. I'm hoping to grow that over the next year or so. I just want it to grow and keep expanding, so having a dedicated art space, I kind of needed that space for the shop to grow. And also I'm now, it feels weird to say this, but I'm now a full-time illustrator. I feel like a bit of an imposter when I say that, but I am, I suppose. I've finished uni and now I'm fully dedicated my time to being an illustrator. I want to be a children's illustrator, so having my dedicated space just to make art is makes me feel very official. And even though it took a lot of time to do, we didn't actually really need to buy much to have this like makeover happen. Everything apart from a few bits of wood and obviously the paint, I bought a new bedside table from the charity shop. Other than that, everything we already had. It was just rearranging things to make the space work better. So first off, I'm going to explain the step-by-steps of what needed to happen for this makeover. In order for this room makeover to happen, we needed to decorate 3 rooms. The spare room, what used to be my brother's bedroom, but he has his own house now, and what used to be my bedroom. So first off, we needed to do a massive clear out of stuff we didn't really need. We needed to get rid of 2 desks, one from the spare room and one from my brother's old room, because we didn't need them anymore. These pieces of paper represent furniture. And obviously this is a bird's eye view of the upstairs of my house. What we needed to do was create space in the spare room so that we could move the bed into the spare room. Before we did that, we needed to paint the walls, but before we painted the walls, we didn't need to take the wallpaper down, but I took the wallpaper down because to be honest, looking back, should I have taken the wallpaper down? No, because the wall underneath was quite crusty and dusty, but it's been done now and I can't reverse time. So we repainted that room white. On reflection, it probably should have painted it cream because the white's just looks a little bit clinical, to be honest, but my hope was that the white would make the room look brighter, but in reality it just looks quite cold now. But it's done, no one really goes in there that much. So that was the spare room. We can tick that off the list. And then the next job was to decorate my brother's old room, although technically I have been like sleeping in that room for quite a few months now at this point, because he hasn't lived here for at least a year. In my brother's room, we needed to obviously move all the furniture out so we could painted it all pink, and then we also did some wallpapering. What I didn't film in the video was the fact that I painted the whole room pink and it was way too dark and way too saturated, and I completely repainted the whole room again. So I didn't show that part, but it happened. And it was very frustrating, but I'm so glad I did decide to repaint the room, because the colour I chose, the second colour I chose, was so much nicer. The furniture in my brother's old room needed to get moved around, so obviously we got rid of the desk, so that's no longer there. The bed got pushed up into the corner of the room, so it's next to the window, and it opens up the room a bit more, because it kind of used to feel like a corridor. Like you'd open the door and it'd be like walking into a corridor. So that's opened up space, and then the wardrobe that was in that room is being swapped with the wardrobe that was in my old bedroom, so that I can have all my clothes in my bedroom, obviously. And then the wardrobe that was in my brother's old room is now storage for art supplies. And then my desk that's in my bedroom, but now it's kind of, I guess it's my art room now, we have 2 of them, which I'll explain later on. So I end up with an extra long desk, so I can have a desk for my art and a desk for my shop. There you go, that's the explanation of everything that's happened. Quite a lot of moving parts to get this I'll show you some nice shots of my bedroom, although I know this video isn't really about my bedroom, but I guess it's just nice to see. It's still a little bit of a work in progress, still a few things I want to put up, but I love it so much. It's so nice to have a different space to go into, because obviously my bedroom and my art room were the same room for so long. It would just get really chaotic, and when art was really stressing me out, and then just having it all around me all the time, and I wake up and I see it and I'm in the same room as it all the time, was a little bit stressful. But now when art's getting a bit too much and I just need to step away, like I have that space to just, you know, I can leave my art room and I can go to my bedroom, and that is purely for relaxing and sleeping and hanging out. Now I've explained all that, I'm going to hand you over to past me to talk to you a little bit about the art room and everything I was doing then, and I might come back later on. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to edit this video. This is going to be my art room. It was my bedroom for many years. I've now moved into my brother's old room. He has his own house now, so he won't be needing that room anymore. This is going to get a fresh coat of paint. It's going to be green. Every wall's just going to be painted green. The bed that's here is going to move, and I'm going to get another desk exactly like this, and I already have the wood for it here. The reason I have this big plank of wood, so this wood is like the identical to this. The reason I have it is because when I got sent this desk, the first bit of wood they sent me for on top had a crack through it. It has a crack through it, so they sent me another one. But other than this crack, like, it's fine. So I didn't want to like throw it away because it's a really nice tabletop. So what we're going to do is we're going to take my old desk and just put this on top, so I'll basically have two almost identical desks. This bed is going to move. Let me take you across the hall, which is also full of stuff. This is kind of a spare room. We also painted this whole room white. I think I showed you a little clip of that as well. The bed is going to go here. I mean, it's not the best overview of this room right now, but it's featured a lot in all my videos, so if you've been watching for a while, you'll probably know what this looks like usually. But yeah, this is the before shot of this room. What you're watching us work on now is a little trolley for my printer to go on. I was trying to find one online, like I was searching eBay and Facebook Marketplace, but I just couldn't find a trolley with the exact specifications of that I desired. I wanted something big enough to hold the printer but small enough to fit into a specific gap I had. The reason I wanted a trolley is because the printer's quite heavy. It's just easy for it to be on wheels so it can be rolled around, because it's quite a big thing, so you can't really put it on the desk because it takes up too much space, but I don't want it on the floor because then it's heavy to move around. So I thought, get it on a trolley, get it on some wheels. We made this out of 2 bits of big wood and then some little thinner legs. That's as specific as I'm getting. My dad helped a lot. Well, my dad basically did this whole thing. My dad made the legs, like, because they had to cut grooves out of the legs to make it sturdy, but then I attached the top and the bottom and the wheels, although that was like the easiest bit. My dad did, you know, by far the hardest part of this. I ended up painting the top and bottom bits the exact same colour as the walls, just because I had a lot of wall paint left over. I didn't want to buy any new paint, and that looks quite nice. I mean, it's a little bit messy around the edges, but it gets the job done for me. I'm really happy with it. So that was our little exploration into making furniture. Update time. We've got some shelves in. We need to put in some, basically the screws aren't tightening. The screws won't tighten because I don't know, the wall's too loose under there, so we need to, like what my dad has done up here, stick wood to the wall and then screw into the wood. That'll make these more sturdy. This is just propped up at the side at the moment because I need to get a desk from a different house. It's currently being stored at a different house, so I need to pick that desk up so that we can lay this tabletop kind of basically just right next to this tabletop, so it'll be a continuous line of desk, and then it will come to, I reckon it'll come to this line here actually from where my wardrobe used to go. So the desk will probably finish here, and then in this little nook here we're going to put this little trolley that we're making for my printer to go on. And then on the other side of the room we just have the wardrobe, which is storing a bunch of art supplies and packaging supplies. I need to organise this properly because at the moment it's a bit of a mess, but this just stores envelopes, boxes, paper, like plastic sleeves, everything shop related goes in here. I've just placed everything loosely on my desk to try and get a feel for how it looks.
Ask the people if they've seen that shelf bracket.
Has anyone seen our shelf bracket? We're missing a shelf bracket. We don't know where it's gone, and to be honest, we don't even know if we bought the right amount. Bye. Yeah, in case that's annoying anyone, we are going to put another bracket there. We just don't have it. Don't know where it's gone. We don't even know if we bought it. It's a mystery, to be honest. The plan is when this room is finished, these shelves will be filled with lots of lovely plants that dangle. I'll have things propped up. I'll have things in frames. Welcome to the wonderful world of the garage. I am cutting some wood, unsupervised. I'm hoping that as my dad watches this back, he approves of my technique. I'm cutting 4 little legs because I'm going to make a little stand for on my desk to hold more things and have more storage. Okay, I've got 4 legs. Now I need to drill them into the thing, the top of it. Hopefully it looks good. Here you can see the finished result to my attempt at making something unsupervised. You know what? It gets the job done and I'm really pleased with it. It's made my desk a lot more practical, better storage, and it just looks cute as well. So these next few clips are just me putting the finishing touches to the room. In reality, I spent hours and hours moving things, adjusting things, putting something on a shelf and then taking it down and trying something else and moving it and putting it up and then liking it but then not liking it and then changing it. What I did do was completely decorate the room, and then once I was happy with it all, took it all down and filmed it in an aesthetic way. Anyway, I'll leave you with some nice music and then I'll talk to you when I'll do a little room tour. Oh, and a really exciting addition to the room is my neon light. I was actually gifted this by Link Store. I did a sponsorship with them last video and they wanted to send me a neon light as well. It says Art with M Store, really happy with it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a somewhat detailed tour of the room, although I don't really know how much there is to say about it all. This is a piece of art I made a few years ago now. It's all collage. You can actually buy this as a print on my shop. In this wardrobe I've got loads of art supplies stored and packaging stuff. I've already shown you what's in the top one. I'll show you. Are you interested in what's on the bottom ones? I don't know, but I'll show you. And on top of the wardrobe I've got a lovely little dinosaur that my friend made me. So this might be extremely boring for some of you, but I'll give you a quick overview. In here we have paint palettes and my drawing tablet and random paint cups. In here I think this one's a little bit of a mess. That's as far as I'm going to open it. This is clay and felting supplies and a little bit of fabric as well. Oh, this is the big one. In here I have all of the art supplies, which I don't really use that much, but I use occasionally, so I don't want to get rid of. Oil paint supplies. This is just like extra acrylic paint that I'll use once my other tubes have ran out. A hot glue gun, tape, that's as detailed as I'm going to get. And then in the bottom drawer, I have got all my used sketchbooks, all my loose sheets of art, and just a few things that I want to display but I haven't found a nice spot for yet. Over here I have my art trolley. This is where I keep my most used art supplies. I've decorated it with some magnets that I've printed out. In here I just have notebooks, hairspray for spraying down like pencil stuff, and bigger brushes for oil paint. On the second shelf I have my paint brushes, and that's acrylic gouache, normal gouache, 2 watercolour palettes and acrylic paint. And then down here is all my collaging supplies plus a random paint mug. On the windowsill I just have my bug hotel. This was my final piece for uni. I made a whole paper craft kit. It opens up, it has furniture inside, it looks really cute. So I just keep that there. Now this side of the room is my art side of the room, and then this side is the shop side. On here obviously you can see I've got all my pencils and my crayons. These are the current sketchbooks that I'm using, and I got my little felted butterflies keeping me company. This has lots of art in it as well. The controller for my big light. Yeah, loads of like little collages in here and cute bits of art that I've made. And what's this bottom drawer? Just random stuff, rulers, and smaller pads of paper and a bunch of stickers that I accidentally sat on, so they've been folded, so I don't really know if I can sell them or not, so I'm just keeping them in there. Having my laptop on a higher level helps, because when I like to have things on in the background whilst I'm making art, so to just be able to like watch YouTube and have it be at more of an eye level is nice. This lamp, I absolutely love it. It's the BenQ lamp. I don't know any more of its name, but it's made by BenQ. I got sent it ages ago and I swear by it. Love it so much. On the wall, oh, you can see me there. This is an original painting that I did. You can buy a print of this in my shop. And then these are some prints I bought from Clover Robin's shop. I love Clover Robin. She's what inspired me to do collage. Up on the shelf, I'll quickly point to what's what. That is a children's book. They're all children's books. That is by Mark Wajowski. I think I'm saying that right. Butterfly Child, beautiful. This is by probably my favourite illustrator, Freya Hartest, If You Go Down to the Woods Today. That is by Clover Robin, Seasons, and that is by Beatrice Almanga. Might not be saying that right, and that's called Never Not Ever. That's a really cute story. And that is an embroidery that I made when I was a teenager. Speaking of embroideries, I have another set of embroideries here, some little tiny ones that I also made. Some more decorative bits on the shelf. I have my Sylvalian elephants there. This is a print by Jodie Howard, really nice artist. Again, one of my favourites. I made this. This is the packaging from my book hotel. Another book by Freya Hartest, which matches really nicely with the one I showed you before. This is a teddy which my mum knitted for me. It's called Max. In the wicker basket, I just keep all my extra washi tapes that I sell. Okay, so now we've made it to the other side of the room, which is the shop side of the desk. This is just where I keep all shop stuff. Envelopes, stamps, thank you notes, stickers, business cards, tape. This is a really handy way to store stickers. When I'm packing orders, I have it kind of like that, so I can easily pick the stickers I need. And on the bottom I just have scales and sleeves to put the prints into. I have more prints stacked up at the side here, all with like the name tags, what do you call them, all labelled so I can easily grab the prints. And this is the trolley that we made. I don't think I properly showed the finished thing. I ended up just painting the top and the bottom green, the exact same colour green as the walls, mainly just so I didn't have to buy extra paint. When I'm using the printer, I obviously pull it out and I'll put my laptop on the top, and yeah, it's just a really easy way to print. And then above that I've got my neon sign. I don't know how interesting people will find this, but this is how I keep, how I store all my prints and my tape and my pins. Again, all just labelled so I can easily see what's what. And then that bottom drawer is a bit of a mess and full of random stuff that hasn't been organised yet. And there you go. I'll do a final pan of the room, but I feel like at this point you've got the gist. You're probably sick of seeing it. This is the room. Couldn't be more pleased with it. It's really nice having the two tables in a row as well, because quite often my boyfriend will be working in here with me, and it's nice to have, for him to have a nice place to sit, because it used to be like he would have to go into a different room if he wanted to work. And it also means that I have lots of space to sprawl out across. Like if I'm doing a big collage, I can spread onto the other desk as well. This is the room with the blind closed. These will be really flickery because of, I don't know, frame rate. They don't do this in real life. And you can see the light there, it looks really nice. Oh, there you go, it looks a bit nicer there. And I have my, I have the fairy lights all across the room. Oh, the camera's not liking these lights one bit. This is probably going to be the most grainiest footage you've ever seen, because my camera doesn't like when it's dark. I love making art in here during the evenings when it's gone dark, because it's just the coziest room ever. Right, we're getting to the end of the video now. I hope you've enjoyed watching and seeing the rooms come together, and that you have enjoyed this different format of video. I don't know how the editing has gone, because I don't usually edit videos this kind of way. If you're new here and this is the first video of mine you've watched, I make lots of art and lots of art videos, so I recommend you checking out my channel if you're interested in those sort of videos, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, goodbye.